I think I need to go and play somewhere as consistently as possible. They say you're coming into your peak at 29, so I want to go and test myself, play consistently somewhere, is what Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain told The Echo when talking about his future career, as his contract at Liverpool has reached its expiry date and is currently looking for a new club to be a part of. But this statement seems to be something that has cursed the Ox his whole career, as he has been struggling for game time since he has joined the Gunners back in 2011. But why did Alex, a fan favourite, charismatic, humorous and highly praised midfielder, leave Arsenal in the first place? Was it due to a lack in playing time, injuries, or the pressure to live up to the family name? Let's take a closer look. Just before his 18th birthday, Alex joined Arsenal for €14 million. Having grown up in a footballing family with his dad, uncle, as well as his brother playing professional football, Alex was no stranger to the floodlights. In his first ever interview at Arsenal, he states how his idol Thierry Henry inspired him to play at the Emirates and even attended games there just to watch him play. And in his first season, the Ox proved to be the full package. He played in almost every position, from defender to midfielder to winger and even striker. Although he struggled for game time in the first half of the Premier League season, he still managed to score on his League Cup as well as his Champions League debut. He ended up scoring a brace against Blackburn as well, and in all competitions that season, he managed 4 goals and 3 assists. And this didn't go unnoticed. Arsenal's iconic manager at the time, Arsene Wenger, compared him to the likes of Fabregas and Rooney, and how he has already found his groove in North London. And Van Persie also had nothing but praise for the youngster, stating, "He is a fantastic player already. He has everything. He's good on the ball, he's quick, has movement, technique, he has a great future." And he's not someone who thinks about negatives, just positives, and you can enjoy the game like that. And he wasn't the only one singing his praise. The Ox was nominated for PFA Player of the Year award at the end of the season, but didn't seem too bothered by it once Fabio Capello, the England manager at the time, gave him the call up to play at the European Cup. And so, at just 18 years old, Alex walked out at the Euros against France in the first group game, but had little to no impact and was subbed off after 77 minutes and ended up playing only 4 minutes in total in the next 2 games and sat on the bench when England were sent home, losing on penalties to Italy. On top of that, the media loved the young Gooner, as well as some even claiming that he has the makings of one of the best footballers that have played at Arsenal. But this wasn't a one-way relationship, because the Ox loved the media as well. The Ox is a natural in front of the camera and started appearing in videos, conferences, and would always be willing to give the media some attention. Was this the cause of his downfall? In the next season, the Ox was still unable to grab a permanent spot in the team as well as his position. He spent a lot of time on the bench, and when he did play, he was substituted in more than half of the time. In that season, he managed 5 assists and scored once in the league, which if you factor in the time he had to achieve this, is actually pretty good. But his dad didn't think so. In an interview with the Daily Mirror, the Ox revealed, "My dad wants me to score more goals. He's right, because I want to score more goals. I know that's one of the things I need to improve on for next season." Throughout the season, the Ox seemed to improve, yet slowly the doubters that people had became louder, but most of the time he was excused or not criticised as harshly due to him still only being 19. Wait, make sure you subscribe and like the video if you haven't already to grow this incredible community. Now, back to the video. But in the next season, the Ox's importance and hype started to dwindle. Even though he grabbed an assist on the opening day of the Premier League season, Alex had a knee injury that put him out of play for the first half of the Prem, missing 19 games. And Arsenal weren't waiting on him, having just signed Mesut Ozil in the summer transfer window and utilising Podolski and Cazorla more. Once he was back on the pitch in mid-January though, he proved that he was still an asset, scoring a goal and assisting 3 times in the FA Cup, but due to a groin injury he missed out on playing in the final, where Arsenal ended their trophy drought of 9 years. He also caused his teammate Kieran Gibbs to get sent off after clearing the ball off the line with his hands, but the referee didn't seem to have his contacts in that day and sent Gibbs off, and Alex played until the final whistle in a 6-0 loss to their London rivals Chelsea. He would almost only play through substitutions and ended the season with a total of 3 goals and 6 assists, which was more than enough to impress Roy Hodgson, who called him up to play at the World Cup in Brazil. Unfortunately though, Alex didn't do much as he missed the first 2 games due to a knee injury and sat on the bench as they went out in the group stages. The next season seemed to almost be identical, just the FA Cup being replaced by the Champions League, and instead of being injured for the first half of the season, it was the second half this time. He scored and assisted twice in the Champions League, and in the league he had finally found his position, which was playing as a midfielder or a winger on the right. He still only managed a goal and an assist in the 23 games that he appeared in the league, but at least he was able to lift the FA Cup this time by contributing an assist against United, as well as another assist to clinch the trophy in the final. His performance in the league next season was nearly identical, with no improvements really, except making 1 more appearance as well as no highlights in any other competition that he competed in. The fans were starting to lose hope as he didn't seem to be working hard at all to earn a place or impress the manager when coming on as a substitute, and didn't even seem to try to get involved like he did at 18 years old. but the Ox did address these concerns at the end of the season, claiming he had been playing in pain for the past 2 years, stating, "It was a knock-on effect from the cruciate injury that I had from the first day of the season a couple of years ago when we lost to Villa. It's all been a chain reaction from that, just being out for 5 or 6 months for the first time in your life. I'd never been out, not playing or running around, for that long with my knee in a brace. Your balance can shift when that happens and you start loading more on one side than the other, and that's when the muscle problems creep in." This was also a reason why he didn't receive a call-up to play in the 2016 Euros, but he seemed to have taken the summer to recover and came back to play his best ever season for Arsenal by contributing more goals and assists than in any other season, tallying 6 goals and 11 assists overall. However, he would still play in different positions and was substituted in half the time, but did contribute to Arsenal winning the FA Cup again. But his contract was running out in the summer, and remember, Alex is only 23 years old at the time, and so he had been weighing up his future while on holiday, and his inclination is that a move would be the best if he is to deliver on his rich potential. And the Liverpool manager Jurgen Klopp is known to be an excellent coach for young players, and confirmed that he was a target for Liverpool in the upcoming transfer window. And on deadline day, 31st of August 2017, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain ended his stint at Arsenal and joined Liverpool. A few years down the line, he claims that the reasons for his move were to win trophies and a promise to be played in midfield, but also found it extremely hard to leave Arsenal. He stated, "When I had to make the decision to leave, it was the hardest decision I've ever had to make, and to be honest, there was a part of me that didn't know if it was the right thing. I feel a lot of my best performances for Arsenal came in midfield, but I never played consistently in that position." However, Alex's time at the Merseyside is now up, and he's planning on his next move, with clubs such as Newcastle, Aston Villa and Brighton showing interest in taking him on. Alex stating, "I'm still hungry, I still feel I have a lot of games left in me and a lot of energy. I don't like to say a point to prove, but that's always been my attitude." Do you think the Ox will finally be able to prove his point next season? Thank you very much for watching this video. See you in the next one. Bye.